Scorpio, you've been working really hard since the last new moon and probably for a lot longer than that as well. Nothing that you have, and you have a lot, has been given to you. None of it has been gotten the easy way. You have earned every damn cent. And that's so respectable. And now you're ready to take a break, to take a rest. You're tired, dude. And you're realizing that through your dedication to work, unfortunately, you may have experienced a certain amount of disconnection from the relationships that fulfill you. Family relationships and love relationships. You might be lacking in that area. And you're really noticing that now that you've been able to take a rest, take a break, and get a little perspective on the situation. Now, moving forward, because you want to be able to strengthen those connections and pursue the kind of fulfillment that you get from those relationships, because that's very important to you, that may mean having to take a bit of a break from work, which I know is something that you're used to. It might mean not saying yes to every single opportunity that comes along. Picking wisely, being a little choosy. And remembering that there's so much work that you've already done that even during a period of rest, that investment is working for you. That might be literally in terms of your stock portfolio or whatever, or it could be a little less concrete than that, but still your reputation may be working for you. There may be people behind the scenes talking about trying to get you for their next project. So you could say no, for example, to some piddly little thing that, normally you might say yes to because work is work, but in this moment of rest, you don't want to exhaust yourself working hard for very little payoff. So you're going to say no to a few more things than you might otherwise. And ultimately that is going to free you up for a bigger and better opportunity in the future. So there's no need to worry about what's going to happen when you take a break. Taking a break is just a necessary part of your productivity cycle. And here's what I'll say. It looks like you are going to be able to balance it all. You're going to be able to reintegrate emotional fulfillment and in relationships with people you care about back into this situation. You're going to have a better work-life balance because you are the master of the elements. You've got it all under control. You might have just not been so focused on that. It might not have been so clear to you before, but it is now. Actually, what I'm getting as far as when I dig in deeper to your lack of love currently in your life, I'm getting that you're defensive because you've been hurt more than once, and that's pretty understandable. You may have thrown yourself into work in order to get your mind off of those feelings. Or alternatively, it could have been something akin to workaholism that led to a breakup, that led to, maybe it's this sort of emotional neglect that had led to the tragic ending of previous relationships. And either way, that puts you on the defensive at this point in your life. So I would really like to see if we can get some advice in the love department in particular. How can you strengthen the relationships that you already have and identify avenues for healthy romantic attachment moving forward? I'm getting the sense that you really are a warm person, a funny person that people like to be around. You're charming, and right now you're just applying that more to getting somewhere in your career, maybe networking, stuff like that, than you are to dating, trying to impress a potential significant other. So you can redirect that energy to where you want it, where you want to see some movement. But I wonder if you need to do some work maybe to get out of that stagnant zone, that emotionally stagnant zone, it seems like maybe you don't know yourself very well, and it is difficult to get to know another person on an intimate level when you don't know yourself on an intimate level. But I would also say additionally that sometimes we need to dig in with another person in order to get to know more about ourselves. You know, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? You kind of have to dive in. You have to be willing to allow them to reflect something back to you. You have to tell them the best you can who you think you are, and then really hear them when they tell you what they see. And that's how we integrate our understanding of ourselves. And that's something I think that you do need to do if what you want is to have that balance between a career and a solid life with friends and family and loved ones.